It happens to all of us. You wake up one day, realize you're not 20 anymore. But hey, you still like doing adventures. Stay tuned, because we're going to talk about 3 common sense things all motorcyclists need to be doing. Let's do this. Okay, so maybe you're a little bit past your prime, or as I like to say, a little more seasoned. Let's talk about those 3 common sense things that all older motorcyclists need to be doing to stay safe and healthy out there. And stay tuned to the end, because I have a little bit of a scary story about something that happened to me because I ignored one of those 3 things. Let's face it, when you were in your 20s and 30s, you could get away with just jumping on your bike and heading out on crazy adventures regardless of your fitness level. Somehow you manage to just make it work. But for most of us, as we age, we stop going to the gym, we sit more, and our activity levels drop. While in your head you may think you can still keep up with the 20-year-old you, but in reality, you're losing muscle, you're losing bone density every year that you age. Your reaction times are slower, and your coordination and balance just aren't what they used to be. The reality is, if you want to keep riding your bike and having adventures, you need to improve your fitness. Heck, you need to do it just so you can get out of a chair when you're 80. Your endurance on the bike is going to be better, you're going to minimize any kind of back pain, and your balance and coordination are going to improve. Plus, you never know when you're going to have to pick up that big old adventure bike multiple times on a long trip. I recently started seeing a strength and conditioning coach after I hurt my back this summer.
Hello, let us begin by introducing ourselves. I am Hans.
And I'm Franz.
And we want to pump you up.
One of the first things he did was measure my coordination and balance. I was absolutely shocked at how much I'd declined in the last few years. I honestly didn't think it was that bad. The point is, it doesn't matter who you are. You need to improve your fitness. Do yourself and your riding partners a favor and get yourself to the gym and improve your strength. Start riding a bike, cycling, swimming, running, walking. Doesn't matter. Do an activity every single day. It will improve your riding. The second thing you need to be doing is something that I've been horrible about my entire life, and that is hydration. And unfortunately, beer does not count as hydration. As an RN, I can tell you the vast majority of the population is chronically underhydrated.
Hydration. Thirsty, drink. Water, drink. Wake up, drink. Fill up, drink. Workout, drink.
Let's face it, having to pee when you're wearing all the gear is a pain. And you are wearing all the gear, right? Hey, you're on a long road trip. You've got a lot of miles to the next town. Finding someplace to go isn't always easy. Carrying water is heavy. A lot of us will skimp out on drinking and just sort of tell ourselves we'll overhydrate when we get to our destination. Don't lie, you know you've done it. But drinking enough water is crucial. It helps with temperature regulation, joint lubrication, it delivers nutrients to your cells, and helps maintain mental cognition. Again, one of those things that you might be able to get away with in your 20s, not so much when you're older. It is super important, even when it's cold, to be maintaining your hydration levels when you're doing a physical activity like a motorcycle ride or a big adventure ride. When I started wearing a hydration pack and drinking water throughout my rides, I was shocked at how much better I felt. And with today's technology, there's no excuse not to be carrying water. Every single pack made has some sort of hydration sleeve. You can get waist packs if you'd rather wear your water there. Tank bags now have water bladders. There is no excuse to not be carrying and drinking water. Come on, just bring water on every single ride and drink more than you think you need. I guarantee you, at the end of your ride, you'll feel better for it. Okay, one last thing us more seasoned riders need to be doing, and stay tuned to the end for a related scary story that happened to me. The third thing we need to do as an older rider is pay attention to our bodies and how we feel. Be in tune. Listen. If something doesn't feel right, pay attention. As I've said before, when you were younger, you just hop on the bike and go. No food, no water. out of shape, didn't matter. You could still ride all day, somehow make it all work. When you're older, not so much. As we get older, our reflexes and our decision-making skills start to slow down. Sorry, it's just what happens. It's reality, whether you think so or not. So if you didn't get any sleep last night, or maybe your back hurts, or you just don't feel 100%, you need to be honest with yourself and question, do you really need to get on the bike right now? If you're not feeling completely dialed in that day, maybe you need to postpone the ride, or do a shorter ride, or do an easier route. So where you're going to get in trouble is when you ignore your body telling you that you're not at 100%, and you still go on that long, hard ride. And let's see, what was the second point? Oh, that's right. You don't drink any water, so now you're more tired and you're less coordinated, and now you're going to make a bad decision.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no.
It's okay. You're not 20 anymore. We need to take a few more precautions. Because remember, the point is to be able to ride tomorrow, and 6 months from now, and a year from now. Okay, here's the scary story. This summer I went on a trip about 60 miles into the backcountry with some friends. Now thankfully we were riding Polaris RZR side-by-sides and we were not on the motorcycles. That morning I didn't feel 100%, but I didn't want to disappoint everybody, so I went anyway. As the day went on, I started feeling worse and worse and worse. It finally got so bad at one point I wanted to fly my drone. I was in such a mental fog, I couldn't even figure out how to push the buttons to make it launch. Well, as it turns out, I was having an allergic reaction to a brand new medication I just started taking. Had I been on the motorcycle, there's no way I could have ridden out, certainly not without crashing. By the time I got home, I had a 103-degree temperature and was not functioning at all. 2 lessons from that. First, don't ignore what your body's telling you. If something doesn't feel right, reconsider what you're doing. And second, don't start a brand new medication just before you go on a trip. All right, all of my more seasoned riders, make sure you're taking care of yourself so you can keep on riding. Thanks for watching. See you next time, adventure people.